Let me give a huge thank you to our president, Stuart Ratzan. I had a front row seat watching Stuart handle lots of stressful situations, particularly during COVID. Stuart's leadership and his enthusiasm for Beth Am always brought us through. We didn't simply survive COVID. Thanks to Stuart's leadership and those in this room and those watching today, we thrived. I'm proud to say that under Stuart's presidency, we have over 1,600 families. 1,600 families at a time when synagogues all over the country were having problems. This is due to all of you in this room and all those watching. Stuart, you've left a legacy that will last for generations and generations. L'dor vador, my friend. Thank you so much. Let's give Stuart another round of applause. He deserves it. I'm truly honored to be taking the responsibilities as your next president. Here's how my journey began. I remember it being at many Mother's Day brunches hosted by my family of choice, the Blumbergs. It was at those brunches where I met my cantor, Rochelle Nelson, and her daughters. I've been an unaffiliated Jew for many years after a really bad experience at my former congregation. I'd given my heart to that congregation, and they broke it. Cantor Nelson told me, she said, David, it's time to return to Judaism. And she invited me and Scott to her spiritual home, Temple Beth Am. My congregants, my heart was whole again. The Blumbergs gave me the best gift at Hanukkah, a membership to our temple. Please remember that a simple invitation like that can change someone's life. It certainly, Ed and Ileana Karalimbo, changed mine. Let me tell you a little bit about my history. I am a native Miamian. I went to high school at North Miami Beach Senior High, college at Tulane University, and law school at the U. Scott and I met in 1993. He told me, believe it or not, yes, Susan Lampin, he told me he was straight at the time. I knew differently. We re-met in 1995 and have been together for 26 years. That's amazing. My mother, Sheila of blessed memory, instilled in us, Francie and I, the importance of education and family. My father, Burton Young, continues to teach us never to remain silent when we witness an injustice. If you have not seen or heard Rabbi Barris's sermon from Friday night, it was as if my father wrote that sermon. Please listen to it. It will inspire you, it will move you, and it will recommit you of being an active anti-Semite. That was his theme, and it was marvelous, Rabbi. My dad was the first Jewish president of the Florida Bar. And even now, at the age of 93, he is still fighting for what is right. My younger sister, much younger sister, Francie, is married to a great guy, also named Scott. And they gave us an incredible nephew and niece, Jake and Maddie. All of them, thank God, are here today. I would like my father and my sister Francie and my nephew Jake and Maddie and my brother-in-law Scott to stand up to be recognized. Can you stand up, Pop? Stand up. Scott jokes that I was probably the president of my mommy and me class. If they were around back in the 1960s, I probably would have been. Actually, I was president of my Hebrew school for 3 years, president of the junior and senior class at North Miami Beach, and the second Jewish president at Tulane University. I was an assistant state attorney under Janet Reno, before forming my own law firm. In 1992, I was elected as a county judge, and in 2000, I was elevated to the circuit bench. Out of the blue in 2007, I received an email from Sony Pictures Television asking me if I wanted to star in my own court TV show as a TV judge. Let's see, hair, makeup, and wardrobe. Yeah, I'm not stupid. I'm fat, I'm not dumb. I said yes, of course. During that time, I was nominated for an Emmy, and I walked the red carpet. That was really cool. My mazel, though, after 2 years, Sony gets out of the court business. You know, if I didn't have bad luck, then I'd have no luck. But in 2016, I once again became a real judge. Standing here, my congregants, is a bit surreal. Being president of one of the largest and most vibrant synagogues in the country is quite the responsibility. Beth Am is a family and a community. I am standing on the shoulders of so many remarkable lay leaders. My first Beth Am friend was Jody Hessel. She has been my rock throughout this entire process. She mapped out my Beth Am career, but I never expected this day to happen. But Jody did, and not only Jody did, but Bob Hirsch, who I'll give a shout out. They both believed that this would be so. Jody and Frank are the much older siblings I never even knew I needed. I know if they were here, I wouldn't have said that, but they're not here. That's afsaluchas. I know they're watching this afternoon, Simcha, and I love you, Jody and Frank and Joey and the whole family. My first role here was on the Rabbi Search Committee. I was thrilled because I knew that this would be a vital role for our synagogue's future. That was where I met one of the most remarkable people that I know, our President Emeritus Lily Serviansky. I saw the resume of this young rabbi, this Jeremy Barris. What kind of name is Jeremy Barris? From a little shul in Fort Myers. He had impeccable credentials. He took a shul that was going to go bankrupt and made it flourish in a town that was not known for so many Jews. But I wasn't sure because I was new that my voice would ever be heard. But I was smart enough to know Lily Serviansky. Like E.F. Hutton, when she speaks, everybody listens. She agreed with me that we needed to meet this young rabbi from Fort Myers, and that ultimately led to the committee unanimously proving Rabbi Barris on my wedding weekend as our senior rabbi. Rabbi, I still fell in that moment. It was the interaction on that committee which motivated me to become more active in Beth Am, first sitting on the big board, executive board, and now management team. I've learned from so many wonderful people. When Billy Grossman asked me to be treasurer, I was thrilled. He has and will continue to be a valued friend and resource. Thank you, Billy. Daniela Zenzuri-Biner, as president, took me under her wing when I was her vice president of Tikkun Olam. She weathered some really tough times with grace and keen insight. Never gave me a discount, Ed, but she was keen and great insight. She and her family, Stephen was my intern and Scott's intern, are valued friends. Every time I speak to one of our past presidents, and many of them sitting here today, my respect and admiration for what they have done and continue to do is magnified. I marvel at their lifelong enthusiasm for Beth Am, and I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued guidance and your friendship. It means so much. The person who really makes this place run is our executive director, Brian Chartok. One of the highlights over the past 2 years has been working with you, my friend, and learning from you. You're wonderful. You are a blessing to our congregation. As Stuart wrote in the April Commentator, in one of his articles, Stuart can't write short articles. They go on and on and on and on and on. They really do. But what he said was very important. We could not, and this is not even beginning the roast yet, but just wait. We could not have survived this pandemic without our incredible clergy. And I can't believe he used the same word to describe Rabbi Barris as I have. Rabbi Barris is my beacon. I grew up at this synagogue where we had a rabbi named Max Lipschitz, who I thought was the premier rabbi and would be the premier rabbi my entire life. Every service I would go to when I was in college at Tulane, I'd compare every rabbi to Rabbi Lipschitz. There never could be another Rabbi Lipschitz. I was wrong. I have my Rabbi Barris. You can give him a round of applause. That's why he deserves it. Rabbi Greengrass is my moral compass, and Rabbi Aklepi is my role model for compassion. Cantor Nelson has played an important role in so many of our lives for almost 30 years, but I will never forget that she flew up to New York to perform my wedding to Scott. Her legacy will be honored in an extravaganza in 2022, and you all are invited. One of the most rewarding experiences here at Beth Am is to watch our lay leaders work. My thanks go out to all of you. Thanks to you, we have record high membership. Our day school and religious schools are thriving. And by the way, I know Sarah Berkowitz is here, our new board member. We're having an art auction, which is going to be absolutely supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's Thursday. Please log on. Please bid. There's fabulous art, and they've done an incredible job. She and Natalie have done an incredible job, and thank you very much. All of you attendants in our sanctuary, and those watching at home, you are responsible for the great things that have happened and that will continue to happen here at Beth Am. I want to spread the love I have for Beth Am to the unaffiliated Jews in our community. One of my first projects as president will be to ask all of our board members when it is safe to do so, to have a few neighbors, friends, relatives over at your home. The Jews in South Dade need to know what we know, how special our synagogue is and how it will be special to each and every one of them. We can do this and we must do this. There's too many unaffiliated people who do not enjoy the simchas and the love of family that we have and the sense of community that we have here at Beth Am. And remember, my board members, how a simple invitation can change a life. It is truly an exciting time to lead our synagogue. We are building an incredible new campus so that we're ready to confront our future. Our school will be state-of-the-art. Our Performing and Cultural Arts Center, our gym, and our basketball program will be the envy of many. And the icing on the cake occurs next month when we get a new senior cantor, Tiffany Coyo. It is truly an exciting time to be here. We have the best team I've ever seen. As they said in Hamilton, I'm not going to quote all those fancy authors because as far as I'm concerned, they're good, but Broadway to me is much better. Of course it is. We are all in the room where it happens. And I can't wait to see what more we're going to accomplish in the next 2 years. And before I close, I promise you this. Beth Am will never be my mistress, because if I have a mistress, it's going to confuse a lot of different people. It really will. I remember so clearly, like it was yesterday, 1992, I just got elected to be a county court judge. My whole family was there, the Blumbergs were there. And after the celebration, I came home. I was home, it was in my house in Miami Shores, and I was by myself. And I thought to myself, this really sucks. Everybody, I should be happy, but I have no one to share my accomplishments with. I have no one to say, David, I'm really proud of you. So right after I got elected, I met this lawyer named Scott Bernstein. That's right, he told me he was straight. No. And we got reunited again, and he is my best friend, he is my partner, he is my confidant, and he's the love of my life. And I can't think, being like Neil Luttauer, I can't think of anyone I'd rather go on this journey with than my husband. Thank you, Scott, so much. I love you. And I think I'm the first out individual to be president of Beth Am. out. I don't know how I'm out doing what, but they say I'm out, whatever that means. Thank you all for giving me the honor of being your president. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you, and especially the new management team with Rich Siegel who's here and Alex Chris, who's watching tonight, I hope. And it's going to be an incredible 2 years, and I'm looking forward to getting to know all of you much better and working together to make Beth Am even greater today, thanks to the legacy that Stuart Ratzan has left us. Have a good night. We're not done yet, though.